Now here's a cue that is guaranteed to be one of the best playing cues that you could possibly have in your collection or your cue bag. In my humble opinion, yes, I am kind of biased when it comes to the playability of a Cognoscenti. This is also known, of course, as a COG. This one's really a sought-after type of cue because it's got the clear, or some people call it the green pin. He uses a black one now. I'm not going to say that one plays any better than the other, but I know as far as the collectability aspect, people seem to really hoard these. I have some in my personal collection. Admittedly, if I didn't have one very similar to this, I have a Cocobolo with that pin right there. If I didn't have one already, it would be very hard for me to list this cue. I'm very partial to COG cues. Joe is a good friend and obviously an extremely famous cue maker from Chicago. This bad boy right here has all the makings of being somebody's favorite everyday player. Now, first of all, the front of the cue or the forearm of the cue has some really unique, deep, dark, and rich Cocobolo. The reason I say unique, I want you to really pay attention to the design pattern of the figure. Okay, so if you notice, this one kind of has vertical stripes, if you will, that are reddish, kind of a little bit of orangish, but more of a burnt red and black. Now, this is an older COG, which also makes it an extremely desirable cue. You just don't see these come up on the resale market often. The reason for it, and I can attest to this 100%, they play so incredibly good, and people know that these are really hard to get, that they just don't let go of them. You practically have to pry them out of somebody's hand. But in any event, this older COG, he was using a Cocobolo back then, and I'm sure he uses Cocobolo that's similar now. But the old, the saying is that old wood hits, good. So this wood has been seasoned like fine wine. Okay, I don't know exactly when this cue was made, but it's in really good condition, and it plays as good as you could possibly ask for. 100% money back guarantee. If anybody buys this cue, and if you don't like the way that it plays, I will not only give you a refund, I'll pay the shipping back. That's how confident I am that whoever gets this cue will absolutely love the way that it plays. And that's a money back guarantee. Matter of fact, I'll look at it as a sign. If somebody buys it, doesn't like it, then I'll just keep it. You won't see me reselling it again. I don't mind to keep a COG. I've got several of them. But anyway, what a really good playing cue this is. And again, very sought after, and you just don't see them pop up very often for sale. I'm going to give you a close-up on that Cocobolo. See why I say it's really unique? I would say it's probably a Mexican Cocobolo just by the colors of it, but it's really deep, dark, and rich. Now, what's unique about this cue and makes it kind of ornate is that you've got the kind of black and red, kind of burnt Cocobolo up top, but then that black really goes well with the ebony in the butt sleeve. So Cocobolo front, you got the ebony butt sleeve, and then those are all natural white ovals right there. Then you've got, of course, his silver signature ring work. This is a genuine double E wrap, and I would say this is what you call select grade right here. Why do I say that? Some of this type of material will feel very hard, okay? And you guys know that I try to be as descriptive as I can, as honest as I can. That way you know what you're getting, okay? We say what we do and we do what we say. This stuff just feels awesome. It's got a soft feel to it, great texture, great grip, where some of the lower grade or different types of or parts of the animal will have a harder feel to it, if that makes sense. And this cue rolls perfectly, by the way. That's a sign of a good wrap installation and, of course, a well-constructed cue. It rolls nice and straight. Just don't see these come up often. I'm telling you, this is a home run for somebody right here. Get it quick before I take the post down and keep it. It's got 2 maple shafts with it. Back to the condition, by the way, though. No dents, no dings. A few minor marks here and there from play. I'm not selling it as a brand new cue, but good condition overall. The finish looks good. I showed you that it rolls straight. Minor signs of play, but nothing really to speak of, right? The butt cap's in good condition. Again, just minor marks, nothing serious. The shafts are both 3.6 ounce. One is a 12.9, and it rolls nice and straight together and apart. That means individually and attached to the cue. And then the 12.75 one has a little bit of a lift in the center when you roll the shaft by itself. Doesn't affect playability, and the tip doesn't come off the table. No harm, no foul. Just a little tiny bit of more air or movement in the center of it, where the other one rolls perfect on the table. Neither of the shafts need anything except for a little bit of a cleanup. You can see that there's a little bit of chalk mark there. We're selling this cue just the way that it is, and I believe anybody that gets it would be really happy with it overall. The other thing is, you don't see a lot of COGs in this type of price range. Most of your COGs, especially ones that have inlays of any type at all, are going to be in that $4,000 or $5,000 plus range. So there you go. The perfect daily player made with some really good Cocobolo and Ebony by the world famous Mr. Joe Gold from Chicago. Cognoscenti, aka the COG, at crossroadcues.com.